Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday sit-down time. We got KTGR's Andy Humphrey in the house for Sunday sit-down tonight. Andy, how's the summer been going for you?
Pretty good. It's fun to watch baseball, I know that much, and it's firmly baseball season now, so it is an exciting time here on during our show, and it's really just to get ready for fall.
Right. Well, you know, we were talking before we sat down here. I don't know if either you or I expected the Cardinals kind of make a resurgence like they have when you saw them at the very beginning of this season. They're now 2 games above the 500 mark for the first time this year. What have you seen from them lately to kind of make this resurgence, I guess?
Got to be offense.
Right.
I mean, and seriously, it seemed that they were going back and forth. They had made that run from, I think it was Mother's Day into now, surging their way back to the 500 mark. But there were plenty of times where they had chances to get over the hump and just couldn't. You know, losing the series at Miami earlier this week was one of those prime chances to be, okay, you're serious about this race. You can actually take control of it. Just couldn't get it done there. And then finally this weekend, they're able to get some consistent offense, especially from some of their top guys, and help out their pitching staff, which I think has been a lot better than maybe expected this year. So to have it all come together this weekend and have them, as you mentioned, in a spot where they had not been before, 2 games over by 500 for the first time this year. I mean, I know Cardinal fans probably expected better, and you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but it still is a welcome sign to see what could be coming for the rest of the summer.
Well, you talk about one of the big signings in the offseason, Sonny Gray. You got to see him absolutely on display today. Really a masterclass. You know, would have been the 25th perfect game in MLB history. Obviously just fell short. We were talking, though, if you're going to lose a perfect game, I'd say you'd want to lose it on a home run like he did, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's the way to do it. It's what they paid for, right? I mean, when they went out in the offseason and got an ace, or they wanted to spend ace money on somebody and they located him, that's what they envisioned, was having those types of games from Sonny Gray. And, you know, he had hit a bit of an off stretch over the last month or so after setting a really high standard after starting the season. And now we're starting to see some of that consistency working really well with Pedro Pages today, who has been another really nice sign for the Cardinals. When Wilson Contreras has been hurt, they haven't really missed too much of a beat at catcher as far as, relationship between pitcher and catcher, which can be very important and kind of go under the radar. But a guy like Sonny Gray heading up this rotation and pitching like that could mean a lot more for how other guys in the rotation go, and we'll see how it works for this upcoming week for the Cardinals.
Well, like you kind of hinted at, the offense has really been the biggest difference maker. I think the X factor there, everyone probably would agree, Alec Burleson. Just an emergence for him this season. What have you seen from Alec?
I mean, just you see power. You see the fact that he's not necessarily over swinging a lot of the time. He's staying very calm in that spot. In the 2 spot in the lineup, and Ali Marmol has trusted him with that to have Mason Wynn go first and then him second. It's just been a really nice setup, I think, for the Cardinal offense, and we saw that all throughout this weekend, back when they were in Birmingham to start the series, and then as it translated into this weekend, of course, Burleson hitting 2 homers yesterday. Someone in this lineup needed to step up, and it wasn't necessarily clear who that was going to be. I mean, you could obviously see Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado come back to their true form offensively, but that might take a while, and so you need another place in the lineup that you can rely upon. Burleson's provided exactly that.
Well, you talk about the injury front. They're not healthy right now, still playing, better than they did at the beginning of the season, but you look at, Wilson Contreras possibly making a soon return, and Lars Nootbaar, obviously fans are looking forward to seeing him back. When you get those 2 guys back, what kind of difference maker is that?
I think for Contreras, it will be interesting to see if the bat that he had before the injury returns. I don't think they'll lose a lot behind the plate. Still very good defense and essentially a really good catcher-pitcher relationship, as we talked about. But offensively could be a real key if they're able to rely upon him again. For Lars Nootbaar, certainly kind of the same thing. He had really started to come along before his injury too, and just has to find that consistency, I think. It could be interesting to see when they get Tommy Edman back. That might be a little further down the road, but that also helps your depth just a little bit. Cardinals have had those issues in the outfield so far this year as far as how many guys they can rely upon offensively. And then, you have guys coming back, but I would be interested to see how they deal with Nolan Arenado, who I believe didn't play again today and is dealing with those forearm issues. So that could be an interesting thing to monitor. monitor, and if he needs to miss significant time, then that could bring a little bit of a dent to it. But we'll see. It's looking better on that front with the guys, as you mentioned, that are coming back.
Well, it's interesting because, you're looking at those names that obviously, everyone knows, Wilson Contreras, Lars Nootbaar, but a lot of the young guys have really been making such an impact this season. You look at Michael Ciani, he's been doing great things as well. How much of an impact has this younger, roster on the Redbirds been doing?
Yeah, I mean, to fill in some of those gaps for sure, I'd say Mason Wynn, if he was... if he wasn't pitching or I'd say playing in the same year as a guy like Yoshi Yamamoto or Shota Imanaga or some of these other guys, you'd see him as a very clear Rookie of the Year candidate. But again, to have a leadoff guy be consistent in that spot, the Cardinals had that with Brendan Donovan, but again, injuries kind of got in the way, and so they allowed Wynn a chance to maybe take that spot. And we're not only seeing his bat come to fruition, but also the defense, which he showed flashes of last season when they brought him up towards the end of the year. Now that it's all coming together, you're seeing the exact type of player that Mason Wynn could be, and it's an exciting thing to see for the Cardinals going forward.
Right. Well, I want to jump back to Thursday night. That was such a cool game, that game at Rookwood Field. I mean, how cool was that to watch? I mean, the production value of that game alone was just insane to watch.
It was crazy. Certainly a fun baseball event. As they said after the game, baseball won that day. I mean, it was the Cardinals won too, of course, and that's obviously important. That's a bonus.
It's a bonus.
But I think in the end, baseball won. It was just such a great event. I hope they keep doing it year after year. My co-host Brendan Schaefer got to be there. I was very jealous.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, maybe for the next one that they do, maybe they'll. Maybe I can go for Brendan's.
Right,
I don't know. Maybe that can be a case there. No, but I think it's important to have those moments too, because it's remembering players that you can't tell the story of baseball without the Negro Leagues, without the players that played in the Negro Leagues, and the fact that we now count their stats towards the official Major League Baseball database. Now we have games like this to be able to remember them. That's what Buck O'Neil said to Bob Kendrick when he was on the broadcast on Fox. He told about his experience of learning about the Negro Leagues and the museum and running it. And Buck O'Neil said it's important to keep this alive because we need to be remembered. And so I think being able to keep that tradition going, to keep telling those stories, is vitally important for the health of baseball going forward.
Well, it was a great night for Major League Baseball. Obviously the season does go on, and you look at this race for the NL Central here. We were talking, the Brewers kind of seem like they have to lose it in order for someone to kind of overtake them.
I think so. It kind of confounds my belief of what the Brewers were at the start of the year. But, I mean, again, they've been very impressive to be able to keep that spot. Although, the Cardinals, if they hang on to a wild card spot, maybe they end up catching the Braves. Right. You never know. I mean, I don't think they will. But it's all about just getting in. Once you get into the bracket, the seeds, to me, don't necessarily matter a lot. As you saw last year, so many of the top seeds went down. I think Baltimore and the Dodgers, who were the 1 seeds last year, both lost in their first series. It's just about getting in the tournament and then hot once you get there. And we'll see if the Cardinals are able to do that.
We got a whole lot of baseball left to go. I appreciate you making some time on a Sunday night.
Absolutely.
For the rest of you guys, we'll be right back after the break.